Mel Kiper, Field Yates did their second draft on ESPN's First Draft podcast. This is Mel Kiper reacting to Field Yates having the Browns take Travis Hunter of Colorado at number 2 overall.
When you look at where we are right now in terms of Travis Hunter, I think that's sprinkling in if he's a corner, and then you get into the late season, you get into a game you have to have, or the playoffs, Super Bowl, then you can work him in as a wide receiver because he was dynamic with Shedeur Sanders at that position. We know how good he is. His ball skills, I mean, this kid's unbelievable. Hand-eye coordination. I think he's going to be phenomenal on either side of the ball, that depending upon where you need him the most. But I think that's going to be tempting to take the quarterback because they say they're going to have a whole new quarterback room, which we know in Cleveland, whole new, and you're in a division field with Lamar and Burrow. Okay. You got Lamar and Burrow and Cleveland, new quarterback room. Where do they go? We talk about all these different options. Where are they? Where are they, Field? We hear Kirk Cousins, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Who's getting you to the point where you can be at least closing the gap in the division? And you're in an AFC with all those other great quarterbacks beyond your division, and you're going to be sitting there, just scrambling or whatever and passing on the quarterbacks. And I'm with you. These quarterbacks are going to go higher than they're rated. J.J. McCarthy's name's got to be in the discussion there as well. So I think it's going to be really interesting what Cleveland does. Do they take Travis Hunter, who's the best player in the draft, or do they force the quarterback, which a lot of teams have done over the years, force it and take the quarterback that doesn't go number 1?
That's a tough dynamic. You can throw Abdul Carter, the edge rusher that we saw at Penn State, who's really highly rated. At what point, how high does the quarterback have to be rated for you to take the quarterback? He's clearly not going to be a top 5 in the draft, but at what point do you say, I'm pulling the trigger on number 2 with the quarterback?
Yeah, to me, it's less about maybe where he's rated on your board, because it's going to be a stretch. It doesn't feel like, and I haven't done a comprehensive study on either of these guys or any of these quarterbacks. But let's just listen to all the analysts who say it's not a strong class. And all 5 guys last year might have been rated higher than the top 2 guys this year. So if that's the case, you're going to be reaching for your quarterback. I don't have a problem with reaching for a quarterback when you're in the top 5 in the draft. I feel that's where your best chance to get a game-changing quarterback is. And you're hoping not to be drafting there very often. So take the chance when you can get it. If you can get one of the top 2 quarterbacks in any draft, usually that's worth a risk, but not every year, right? It wasn't in the Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis draft. It was not worth taking one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the top 2. So I get it. It depends on how you value these guys. But to me, it's if you're the Browns and you see special qualities from the guy that's going to be their number 2, whoever that quarterback is, and you think there's a high ceiling and you can get a lot out of this guy, even if there's flaws, I would take that guy because I think you need to solve that long-term quarterback spot. And I don't know how else you solve it. So if I find enough to kind of grasp onto that, yes, this can be my guy, I would take the quarterback.